What is going on out there, peeps? It looks like cryptocurrencies are about to get a major boost from two of the biggest mouths in the social media platform. Yes, Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk are talking about having a debate as they go to a conference to talk about the B word, Bitcoin. So that's happening in July. Will we see a boost before then, or will we see a major boost happen in July? I think there's a lot of things happening in July, and I'm talking about the doo-doo hitting the fan. So I don't know how effective this is going to be, but there's definitely some other things going on politically and around the world that I'm waiting for the Canada whip-ass to happen in July, but we'll wait. This could be a huge boost for cryptocurrencies. Who knows? We'll see. Meanwhile, I put my money where it's most important and most protected. Gold and silver. If you want to buy gold and silver, go check out our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. For those of you looking for my address, here it is. Pause the video and write it down. You guys know I got this platform over there, and there's some great stuff on there, man. A lot of you are chiming in, letting me know how much you love the platform. And some of you, I didn't know this, were unaware that there's an audit going on. There's a lot of news coming out. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Let's see how many false flag events happen between now and tomorrow, because tomorrow Arizona releases the findings of their audit. We'll see. So go check it out. You guys go over there and support our friends at at Wall Street Silver, both the Reddit page as well as their YouTube channels. The links are down below in the description. Like I was saying anyways, is two of these guys start talking about a little bi-curious. Yeah, bi-curious. I wouldn't put it past these two, to be quite honest with you. They look like a couple of bi-curious people. And what I mean by curious is, you'll find out. Dorsey invited Musk to chat about Bitcoin at the July The B Word event. Both executives have long been supportive of cryptocurrencies. The conference talk may be the pair's first public appearance together. Is that right? Huh. It looks like we'll see Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk talk about Bitcoin at a conference in July, and it could be the first time they appear together. But these people make me worried. These two are part of the big takeover by the conglomerate of huge corporations out there. So again, it's nice for them to talk about it, and it might give cryptocurrencies a boost. But these are people that I don't trust at all. It looks like we'll see these two together in a July conference, and it'll be the first time. Twitter and Square CEO Jack Dorsey tweeted on Thursday the B word, Bitcoin event. Musk responded with, it's unclear if the event, which kicks off on July 21st, will be virtual or in person. Dorsey asked Musk if to have a conversation at the event, share all your curiosities. See their bi-curiosities? Musk responded for the bi-curious, very well then, let's do it. A wink face emoji. Yeah, so that just happened. It's into more detail in this article. So the two of them looks like it's going to happen in July. It looks like they're going to meet. Looks like they're going to have a conference. You're playing with the word. It's bit curious, by the way, not bite curious. I was just messing with you. So for the bit curious, the two of them together talking about Bitcoin is going to draw a lot of Bitcoin. About Bitcoin is going to draw a lot of attention. Where it goes from there, who knows? But again, then people talking about building an ecosystem. A great one. I do like the concept again, but it does make me very concerned that these people are also involved with a huge push by corporations to force people into a direction I don't want us to go into. Now, I'm not just talking about cryptocurrencies. I'm talking about other areas as well. But this is good for those of you who are into cryptocurrencies, because this looks like the time for it to be boosted, and that's not long. We're already on the 25th of June, 3 days left, coming on Monday. We're going to find out what happens to gold and silver. Will anything happen? Well, let's see what happens once you remove the abilities to manipulate the market. But in the meantime, this is good for cryptocurrencies as we know it. Also, this is good. China's Bitcoin crackdown, although it affected crypto market temporarily, so this might be the time to accumulate if you believe in cryptocurrencies, because China's crackdown, you know what they say, another man's trash is another man's treasure. Since they cracked down on cryptocurrencies, this can give the United States an opportunity to take the lead in mining cryptocurrencies, and it looks like a lot of companies are doing that. So it says after China announced it would begin ramping up its effort to restrict the mining of cryptocurrencies, the price of cryptocurrencies dropped below 30. Ouch, ibaba. Though the news and subsequent crash may have caused short-term headaches in the crypto market, China's crackdown on mining may have actually benefited crypto in the long run. So a lot of people are heading over in this direction, towards the west. Look at them packing up. Look at these things. Anyways, we know this is exciting for Elon Musk, but he said he's going to have to find or create an alternative power source. And you know he will. My guess is that they already have it. I'm not talking about wind turbines or solar panels. I think they already have the alternative energy needed to mine cryptocurrencies. And that's something that most likely is going to be announced in this July conference. They're just waiting for everybody to bring their equipment over from China to here. Again, it could be another major boost for cryptocurrencies. We'll keep an eye on it. But Bitcoin at 31,000, woo, man, that's ouch. Yeah. Gold is up, getting back up to where it belongs, and silver still being held down, but above that 26-cent mark or $26 mark. So anyways, I was reading these older articles, and you learn a lot from it. There's a lot of current news as well as older news in there, but I do like it. The paper silver charade, gold charade, is impressive as it is corrupted. So we talked about this before. So I love this. It says for the last year or more, not an elephant, not a dragon, but a gorilla. Yeah, I switched it around. Only those people from Wall Street Silver know what I'm talking about. Found at the dinner table, making people red-faced as far as the manipulation is concerned. Now all are looking at each other, wondering who is the first to mention the bald guy at the table. Yeah, the Shanghai levers are finally functioning, starting with the gold fix and continuing with the RMB-based gold futures contract, which delivers gold metal, oddly, physical gold, unlike paper gold in the U.S. The game is finally on as the climax chapter to the end game, which is Basel III. Paper gold is totally disconnected from the physical fundamentals. We know this. The paper charade is impressive as it is corrupt. Its enemies is physical gold and related demands, which we know we've created, yes, as part of the silver squeeze. Definitely contributed to this silver shortage that was already there. But that wasn't the only precious metal market that is short. There are other ones are as well, including gold. Silk Road nations have strong gold demands, which will disrupt the entire geopolitical balance of power. Yes, it will, extending from trade in non-U.S. dollar platforms, as people try to get away from the reserve dollar, as well as the U.S. petrodollar. The West has a corner on toilet paper used in the gold market. Now, this for you guys to understand what they're talking about when it comes to toilet paper. They're talking about paper gold, paper silver. That's why we say if you don't own it, don't have it. The first squeeze that happened with the silver squeeze wasn't coordinated enough. You have part of the people running into paper silver, another part going into physical silver, and we still done damage. The squeeze isn't over. It's still happening. So squeeze away when you can. The United States has a corner on the U.S. dollar used in fraud and illicit tolls. The next silver smash will fail. It's already been attempted several times, but so far silver prices are starting to show they're resilient as they bounce back quicker than they used to back in the olden days. China rests in protecting physical supply and demand of capitalism. Keynesian paper derivatives Ponzi scheme imploding. Globalist Federal Reserve, the dollar is coming home. Gold and silver shorting by bullion banks to bolster the image of the fiat dollar is coming to an end. We know this. Paper gold is a term used to describe the activity traded future contracts which determine the gold price. By the way, pay attention, crypto lovers, because this is exactly what they're going to do to cryptos now. Yeah, future contracts, derivatives, and you see how they affect the gold and silver market. Now, imagine what they're going to do to the crypto market. See, we're doing away with it, and that's why gold and silver is going to take off like a bat out of hell. Meanwhile, your value of your cryptocurrencies are going to be manipulated even worse than they are now. Just keep that in mind. But I still think there's a window of opportunity which we can make money, and that time is now. I said I thought the window would close by the end of July. Let's see what happens, because they definitely took a smack on the boo-boo and are down more than 50%. Owning such paper instruments is not the same as owning physical gold bullion. No, it's not. That's why we say turn in your FDEs, get the physical now. Some corruption defrauds the investors and interrupts the claim. Most investors remain largely unaware of how disconnected the paper market, the comics, and the LBMA are from reality. The entire concept of contractual paper price discovery has been corrupted beyond all recognition. Crypto people, pay attention. This is what's going to happen to you. The activity in the last couple of years has been raised great alarms due to the rapid pace of divergence between paper gold and the real tangible stuff. We know this. We know this. So we know about this. This is mentioned several times in different articles that these people post, that the physical is running 300 to 1. We did hear, I believe it was Lynette Zhang, it said more like 60,000 to 1. Either way, it's still ridiculous. The dominance of the paper gold pricing mechanism has resulted in a profound shortage in supply. Yes, it has. Yes, it has, as we continue to squeeze the market. So again, what happens once you remove the mechanisms that monopolize and suppress the value of gold and silver? It's going to shoot up. I hope you guys are ready. So, profound shortage in the supply, as well as horrendous conditions for mining firms. They have been forced to shut down marginal mines since not profitable by artificially representing the total supply of gold by 300 paper to 1 physical. So this is why during the squeeze, the gold and silver squeeze, miners got in on this. You see, they've been taking it into boo-boo by this manipulated market for quite some time, screwing with their margins. So now is the time for them to get even. Just hold your supply. Let the comics and LBM fail. Only a rare few amongst mining firms like Majestic Silver, which by the way was on my fictitious portfolio, had undertaken to deny supply to the comics. I told you they took part in the silver squeeze. To call to a partial strike against the criminal comics organizations. And it's worked. Some of the bigger mines participated in the squeeze like we hoped. It started to drive up the price, but then again, it started doing what they do best. Plus, there was a a sleight of hand, if you will, as people started getting educated and turning in their paper shares to get the physical. Well, this helped drive down accidentally the price of gold and silver, because it gave an appearance that people were selling their gold and silver, and most likely going back into riskier assets as people were dumping the paper. So they're going, see, look, it's the best sell-off ever. Hey, there's more supply on the market than ever before. Paper, not physical, because they turned around and took that money and bought physical with it. It is toilet paper with gilded surfaces, better described as an elaborate, corrupt contracts with a few gilded letters at the top, trading gold futures, which is essentially delivering contracts must entail some degree of abstract financialization. So again, you guys, if you're into cryptos, pay attention, because remember, I told you they want to do derivatives with cryptocurrencies. And a matter of fact, I think JP Morgan is going after Ethereum, and Goldman Sachs is now controlling Bitcoin. Yeah. So maybe this true crash has nothing to do with China or Elon Musk. Maybe it was orchestrated so they could start monopolizing and manipulating cryptocurrencies through future contracts. If someone is merely trading gold contracts in order to, arbitrage, then it would be costly, time consuming, and ultimately pointless to shift physical gold around. It is only the paper gold contracts that trade hands, not the physical metals on ramps. The bank cartel relies upon this hardship of movement to create the corrupt scheme. People do not wish to carry 80 silver coins in their pockets. I do. I'll carry them one way or another. I'll take it. Or a kilo of gold in a suitcase. I don't know about you guys. Is any of you out there complaining that you're willing to carry 80 ounces of silver or a kilo of gold in your suitcase? I mean, serious. Have you ever seen what a kilo of gold looks like? They make it sound like it's too much to carry around. Now, mind you, 80 ounces of silver is not as easy to carry around as, let's say, a kilo of gold. That's a kilo. If you can hold it in your hand like that, give it to me, because I can cram about 5-6 of these suckers in my pockets. I don't care if it rips a hole in my pants or not. I'll find a way. They're not that big. So I don't know who's complaining about this. So that's what they're counting on, and that's what they did. They're so paper, they created a Ponzi scheme and have been getting away with it for a long, long time. The COMEX forbids delivery of physical gold on the ramps to satisfy a gold contract under threat of banning the party from participation and entry in the door. That's what they did whenever they started getting physicals going down and demands increase. So they threaten people. I think people are past the threats now and don't care. They'll go ahead and take the delivery. Almost nobody takes the actual delivery of their metals except for the big Wall Street banks, which steal gold from other depositors using the fiat money, which is fake dollars. These banks also routinely rig the windows to enable removal of investors' gold into paper, GLD, exchange trade funds, and silver the same way. See? They manipulate it and rig the windows, keeping it hard for people to demand what they bought, which was the actual physical gold and silver. So we know June 28th is coming up. This goes on to show some older graphs and where we are today, which is everything that they were predicting was going to happen is starting to happen, which is the gold and silver prices are starting to break out. And this monopoly that these LBMA, and the COMEX have on cryptocurrencies is starting to fail. This started way back in 2016, and it has been accelerating ever since. Look at this. Silver investment demand has risen 400% from under 50 million ounces, which was back in 2006, to 200 million ounces in 2015. And I believe now somewhere in the neighborhood of 17,000%, which is much, much higher as we continue to take the time to educate people on why it's important to buy physical gold and silver. The Sprott Fund and Trust created to invest and hold nearly all of its assets in physical gold bullion managed by Sprott Assets. Guess what? They put in a call for 1 million ounces this year and only have half that. That's to cover all the contracts that they sold. Somebody in trouble if they don't got the silver to give for the paper. Yes. So the squeeze is happening. Price is going to jump. It doesn't look like there's any way around it. We might be wrong, although most of us can't figure out what the new mechanism might be to manipulate the prices. Don't mean it's not there, but for the most part, we know that the mechanisms that they're currently using are about to be taken away from them. Gold and silver, along with other precious metals, are about to skyrocket. And as far as the cost is concerned, well, it's going to really take off because there's already a physical short of precious metals everywhere. So if you think about all the things industrial-wise that use silver, like Elon Musk cars, cell phones, computers, use both gold and silver, solar farms or solar panels, you name it, these all use precious metals. So if there's a short out there and, I don't know, speculators happen to have it, you're going to have to pay us what we want. That's why we're about to see the largest transformation of wealth in our lifetimes. So be one of, they tell you that out of 1,000 people, only one person is going to be prepared for what's about to happen. So be that one person. That's it for now. Let me know what you think. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel. And I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.